The small town of Blackwood, nestled deep in the forests of Oregon, was known for two things: its eerie silence and the legend of the Whispering Hollow. The hollow was a dense, mist-covered patch of woods where people claimed to hear voices calling their names. No one who ventured in ever returned. Emily Carter, a 28-year-old journalist from New York, had come to Blackwood to investigate the legend. She was skeptical, of course. Ghost stories and urban legends were her specialty, and she had debunked most of them. But something about the hollow felt different. The townsfolk refused to speak of it, their faces pale and eyes darting nervously whenever she brought it up. Emily checked into the only motel in town, the Blackwood Inn, run by an elderly couple, Mr. and Mrs. Grayson. They were polite but distant, their smiles never reaching their eyes. As Emily settled into her room, she noticed a strange symbol carved into the wooden headboard of the bed, a circle with jagged lines radiating outward. She took a photo of it, making a mental note to research it later. That night, as the wind howled outside, Emily heard for the first time a faint whisper, almost imperceptible, coming from the direction of the woods. It sounded like her name. The next morning, Emily decided to visit the local library to dig deeper into the town's history. The librarian, a frail woman named Margaret, seemed reluctant to help at first, but after some persuasion, she handed Emily a dusty, leather-bound book titled The History of Blackwood, Myths and Truths. The book spoke of the Whispering Hollow as a cursed place. Centuries ago, a group of settlers had vanished there without a trace. The few who had returned spoke of hearing voices that drove them mad. The book also mentioned the symbol Emily had seen. It was called the Mark of the Hollow, a warning to stay away. As Emily flipped through the pages, she found a photograph of the settlers. One of them, a woman with piercing eyes, looked eerily familiar. Emily's blood ran cold when she realized the woman bore an uncanny resemblance to her. That evening, Emily decided to visit the hollow. She packed a flashlight, a camera, and a voice recorder, determined to uncover the truth. The townsfolk watched her go, their faces filled with a mixture of pity and fear. The Whispering Hollow was exactly as described, a dense, foggy forest that seemed to swallow all sound. The air was thick with an unnatural chill, and the trees twisted into grotesque shapes. Emily's flashlight flickered as she ventured deeper, the whispers growing louder. "Emily!" The voices called, soft and insistent. She pressed on, her heart pounding. The trees seemed to close in around her, their branches clawing at her clothes. Suddenly, she stumbled upon a clearing. In the center stood an ancient, gnarled tree with the mark of the hollow carved into its trunk. Emily approached the tree, her camera ready. As she focused the lens, she noticed something moving in the shadows. A figure emerged, a woman in tattered colonial clothing, her face identical to Emily's. "You shouldn't have come," the woman said, her voice a hollow echo. Emily froze, her mind racing. The woman stepped closer, her eyes empty yet filled with an unspeakable sadness. "Who are you?" Emily managed to ask, her voice trembling. "I am you," the woman replied. "And you are me. This is the curse of the hollow. Those who hear the whispers are bound to it forever." Emily's flashlight died, plunging the clearing into darkness. The whispers grew deafening, swirling around her like a storm. She tried to run, but the roots of the tree snaked out, wrapping around her ankles and pulling her down. The last thing she saw was the woman's face, merged with her own, as the hollow claimed another soul. Back in town, the Graysons sat in their motel office, listening to the wind howl. Mrs. Grayson sighed, her hands trembling as she carved the mark of the hollow into a new headboard. "She was the 6th this year," Mr. Grayson said, his voice heavy with guilt. "We have no choice," Mrs. Grayson replied. "The hollow demands its sacrifices." Outside, the wind carried the whispers of the lost, their voices blending into a mournful chorus. And deep within the woods, the ancient tree stood, its roots cradling another victim, waiting for the next to hear the call.